Hello, everybody. Um, I'm going to discuss something that should have a profound effect and impact on your thinking and hopefully on the way you choose your path for your future. Most people are not pretty clear about who they are. So if I asked you a question and I asked you something like, who are you? I'm not asking you for your name. I'm asking you for your path. What's your purpose? What do you think you've been doing and what do you think you're going to do? Now, most people get asked a very common question, which is, are you a leader or are you a follower? Now, that question is actually so generic and so not correct to ask because it's not easily answered because you don't know whether you're a leader or a follower until you fall into that bracket. So let me today help you understand who you are, okay? So if you were a leader, how would you think? As a leader, leaders always believe in their opinions. Okay, they have to, that's why they're leaders. Leaders always believe in their way or the highway. So leaders generally don't have a lot of friends, so they lose a lot of people along the way on their path to leadership. Leaders always have to burn bridges because they take those chances with relationships. Now, when you're a follower, you don't really need to have an opinion because you're following someone. When you're a follower, it's not your way that's considered, it's the leader's way. So there is no way for you and there's no opinion for you. As a follower, you have nothing to lose because you're part of a clan. You're fitting in every time. Every time you're just trying to fit in. So you're part of a tribe, a clan, a group. Now, as a leader, you constantly have to fight the tide. You're constantly swimming against the tide, constantly applying pressure, applying a lot of effort, getting tired but never giving up. Now, as a follower, it's smooth sailing. Why? Because there's no tide that you're going to fight against. You're following a tribe, you're following a clan, you're following a leader. So it's always smooth sailing for you. It's smooth sailing, but it's smooth sailing for somewhere where you don't really want to be. Maybe you don't like it, but you don't have a choice, you're a follower. Now, do you really want to fall in that bracket of leaders and followers? I guess not. So I'll tell you what you need to fall into. There are actually three brackets that you need to fall into. They're called leaders in the corporate space, they're called employees in the corporate space, and they're called entrepreneurs. Now, who are leaders in the corporate space, who are employees, and who are entrepreneurs? Now, leaders in the corporate space usually are strong. They're very forceful. They want to lead. They know how to play corporate politics. They're very well trained. They have a lot of experience on their CV. Now, employees, on the other hand, are just hardworking. They're very attentive because they need to pay attention to all the instructions given to them by the leader. They're team players because that's part of the play. They're always followers. They cannot be leaders. They have skills and they usually get jobs out of references that people will refer to them. Now, entrepreneurs are a complete different species, a complete different animal altogether. They're very determined people. They're very assertive people. They're dreamers. They have to dream. They dream when they sleep. They get up. They continue the dream. And they're believers. Believers in their dream. Believers in their mission. They're very focused. And most importantly, successful entrepreneurs are very good salespeople. They can sell their idea very well. Now, this is the three different brackets in which everybody falls. You're either a corporate leader in a large organization, you're either an employee of that large organization, or you're an entrepreneur. Now, what happens if you're a corporate leader? If you're a corporate leader, you have something called average risk, and you get paid very well. But unfortunately, there are just few positions, right? So everybody is not going to get like 50,000 positions for CEOs being advertised every month. So there are less positions, there's high pay, and there's risk, there's average risk that, when there's a recession, you may get fired because you're a high-paying staff and the owner wants to get rid of as much expenses as he can. As an employee, as a regular employee, you have very low risk. You're part of a clan. Remember, you're not fighting against any tide. You're going with the flow every time. But you get average pay. And there are many positions to choose from. There's so many open vacancies that you can apply for. As far as the entrepreneurs are concerned, it's 100% risk. You have no idea if this is going to work. You have no idea where your dream is going to take you, but you're so determined about it and you go for it. But it's highly rewarding. It's 100% risk, but it's highly rewarding. So you could start something with $10, $100, $1,000, and you could be a millionaire. And you create your own position. You're not waiting for a job vacancy. You create the position that you want. And guess what? You even hire people. So you create jobs. So there are 3 brackets: corporate leaders, employees, and entrepreneurs. Okay? Not leaders and followers, these 3. Now, what do you know about yourself to understand who you are and where do you fit in these 3 brackets? For you to answer that, what you need to do is understand who are you right now, which means what have you been doing in the last 5 to 10 years? Were you a person who was a corporate leader? Were you an employee? Were you an entrepreneur? Then where are you now? What are you doing now? Are you an employee? Are you a leader? Or are you an entrepreneur? Then what do you think you want to do in the next 12 months? Do you want to change something? You're an employee. You want to be a corporate leader. What you can do to change your life and become a corporate leader? Or you want to be an entrepreneur, and how you can be an entrepreneur. And then you need to have a plan. And then you need to understand the outcome of the plan, from the negative first and then the positive. So you need to understand that if I go for a corporate leadership position, then I'll have to leave some opportunities which are good income, regular income as an employee, and go for these big positions. And you might need to invest in yourself by acquiring new skills, new certifications, new qualifications, so that you can fit those VP and CEO positions. You should also look at, if you're looking at entrepreneurship, that everything could go kaboot and everything would fail. You would lose all your money, all your time. You need to understand the consequences before you take your decisions. But you need to have a 12-month plan with those decisions in mind. Then and only then can you understand who you are. If you don't understand who you are, you wouldn't know who you can become. Because knowing yourself is a strong element for people who know where they need to go to. Your destination is always decided with the direction you take today. Your direction is always decided by understanding where you stand. If you don't know where you stand today, you can't just pick up a destination and say, I'm going to go there. You're not going there, you're going somewhere, and you're just trying to get lucky. Getting lucky is not a good style of living your life. So spend time trying to understand who you are. Spend time trying to understand the resources you have so that you can be something else. If you don't have those resources, don't jump. Don't try to be something you can never be. Everybody cannot be a leader. Remember, I told you, you lose a lot of relationships, you lose a lot of friends, you lose a lot of family, because that's the sacrifice you give for being successful. Success comes at a price. It comes at a cost. And most often, it is personal. It is not official. It's not professional. It's personal cost that you have to take. So think about these things, and then think if you want to change yourself and who you are and who you could be. If you like this video, please forward this video to others as well, and do subscribe on my YouTube channel. Take care.